Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I'm here to produce my 8th lecture on the topic English project text for BSc Part 2 and BA Part 2. My topic is concerned with prose, English prose. Dear students, as we know that essay is a part of English genre prose. Well, prose is a piece of composition without rhyme and rhythm. Dear students, now we are going to tell something about the writer of essay of studies which is included in the syllabus of BSc and BA Part 2 English. So Bacon was born in 1561 and died in 1626. It was Renaissance period in English literature. He applied aphoristic style. He was political, moral thinker, historian, scientific thinker, philosophical thinker, and intellectual. Bacon gave to science a human interest. Bacon is a pragmatist in his essays. He was influenced by Greek, Roman, and Latin history. Bacon adopted terse and epigrammatic, pithy and witty style and used figurative language in his essays. No doubt there were so many English essayists just like Steele, Edison, Swift, Lamb, Monte, but Bacon is on top of the list. District Jacobabad. So dear student, today we learn something about English prose. So we have taken a topic which is immensely given in BSc Part 2 and BA Part 2 English. So the topic is book Bacon essays. So there are only two essays which are given in the syllabus of BSc Part 2 and BA Part 2. So I have chosen only one of them of studies. This one is major essay of BSc Part 2 syllabus. So today we have to talk on some quotations which are given in annual question papers of BSc Part 2 English and BA Part 2. So the quotation, no doubt we learn about this, but first of all I would like to introduce something about English essay. So word essay was taken from Latin language. It means essay. In English it means effort, to do something, to struggle. Essay means effort. So it was first of all introduced by Michael de Monte, a famous essayist. But there's a little bit difference that Bacon wrote essays in English, no doubt Monte also. But Monte started his essays just like on studies, while Bacon started his essays as of studies. So the usage of on in the essays of Monte and usage of in the essays of Bacon, it shows stress on the given topics of essay. So Bacon wrote 106 essays in his book Bacon Essays. 106 essays, but in three categories. First category was containing on only 10 essays, and it was published in 1597. And it was Renaissance period. Second edition was published in 1612, but containing on 38 essays. While third and the last edition was published in 1625, containing on 58 essays. So the edition will be 106 essays, which are included in Bacon Essays book. So this book, which is full of wise saws, proverbs, maxims, and in our Sindhi language, there was a famous scholar, was so-called son of a scholar, Shamsul Ulama, Mirza Khalid Beg, who translated his Bacon essays and renamed his work in Sindhi language as Maqalatul Hikmah. So now we are going to our given essay in syllabus of BSc Part 2 and BA Part 2. So of studies essay is written in first category of the essays of Bacon in the collection of 10 essays and published in 1597. So Bacon's 106 essays are full of maxims and proverbs. Once again, I would like to repeat that of in the essays, in the beginning of essays of Bacon, of is used to stress on essays. Now we are going to the quotations which are given in our BSc and BA2 Part 2 syllabus. Quotation number first. This one is popular quotation. To spend too much time in studies is sloth. In this quotation, Sir Francis Bacon wants to say that, and this line shows about the abuses of studies and not about the uses of studies. And there, Francis Bacon says that it means it is a sign of laziness to spend too much time on studies. That's another thing except studies. It means it is sign of laziness to spend too much time on studies. So the quotation means not to spend, not to consume your whole time on the studies. So the quotation number second, this one is more popular. Crafty man contemn studies, simple man admire them, and wise men use them. That's the given. Some sort of three categories of men: wise man, crafty man, and simple man. So, what is by crafty man? It means cunning. Cunning men look down upon the studies as useless. They do not pay heed to the studies. Cunning men look down upon studies. They do not understand about the significance of studies. Well, simple men admire them. What does it mean? Simple men are apt and look with wonder at studies. Only they are in wonder to see the study. How? What a marvelous. But there isn't any usage of studies. But the last one clause of this quotation means wise men, only wise men use them. Witty and wise men take benefit from studies. So, the real fruit is received by the wise man, real fruit of studies, I think. So, the quotation number third is, there are the categories of books. and divided into three categories. Some books are to be tested. What do we test? With the help of a tongue. That it may be bitter, it may be sour, it may be another test. So some books are to be tested, others to be swallowed, and some to be chewed and digested. So the three clauses show the significance of various books. What kind of books should be read hastily, carefully, without any attention. So that this quotation shows that some books have to be tested. It means, no doubt, there's an existence of some books which are read in part or only for sampled testing. Tested. What kind of tested books? Just like newspaper, daily, weekly digest, sovereign, and other books are to be tested. Now we are going to what kind of books to be swallowed. To be swallowed. It means read hastily and not with great care. Read hastily. It means these are more significant than the testing books. To be swallowed, read hastily and not with great care. There isn't any need of great care. The last clause of this quotation shows that some books are to be chewed and digested. It means there are a few books which are to be chewed and digested. It means we must read them carefully, thoroughly, and to gain something painstakingly. So what kind of books? Which are resembled in this quotation, last of the clause of this quotation. I think Holy Quran, our manifestation books, Bible, and our social books, which are giving us awareness about our society. These books are chewable and digestible, read carefully and thoroughly to get something painstakingly. So, the last quotation, there's the significance of reading, conversation, it means discussion, and writing. So, the quotation is that reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. Reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. Now this one is a chain of a climax. With the help of reading, we must be perfect, and conference more than it, and writing, this one is the highest perfection and efficiency and ability. So what does it mean? Reading makes a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. It means reading fills the mind with new ideas and thoughts. So in our world, wide reading leads everywhere. One who reads a lot of books, he can lead. So this one is the benefit of reading. Once again, I would like to repeat it that reading fills the mind with new ideas and thoughts. The second clause, conference ready man. What is conference? Conference means conversation, discussion. A man becomes ready by discussion and conversation. We cannot do anything without conversation and discussion. So that's a path and a pattern and a manner to promote ourselves. A man becomes ready by discussion and conversation. That's all. A man, the last clause shows that writing and exact man. The last skill of a man A man will be popular by his drafting and writing skills. This was the last product of wide reading and philosophy, research. This was the last. After research, after philosophical reading of philosophical books, a man can write well. So these are, dear students, these are the four important quotations which are mainly given in BSc Part 2 and BA Part 2 English paper. So try to remember them with their explanation. So after the completion of this quotation, it is concluded that the study of book is useful in three aspects. What's the name of our topic? Of studies, given by Sir Francis Bacon. Once again, I would like to tell you that it is concluded that the study of books is useful in three aspects. It gives, number first, it gives pleasure. Number two, it has a decorative value. Number three, it increases one's practical ability. So dear students, inshallah, I'll be here for my next lecture and I'll wait about your response and views. Thanks all.